bad right now, and I've been stuck inside for the past 2 weeks with my wonderful, very furry dog. So that makes things a little complicated and my allergy is a little bit heightened, but it's fine, it is what it is. Also, there's beautiful flowers and, you know, pollen flying everywhere, so that also complicates things even more. So for today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different than normal. We will be doing a slightly different eye look than the kind of simpler stuff that I'm accustomed to and that I have done on this channel. And that will be with some really fun rhinestones. I have all sorts of like Swarovski and colorful and all sorts of shiny things. So we're going to play around with that, do a really cool, honestly an everyday eye look that I've done before. And people didn't bat an eye. They just thought it was pretty and shiny, which, I mean, come on. So anyway, let's do this thing. Always start off with chapstick. Keep it nice and fresh. And who likes chapped lips? Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start off by clipping our hers back. I'm going to start off with just some concealer. I like to use the NARS Creamy Concealer. And something I actually meant to mention before, even though I don't use primer, I do always use or foundation. I do always use a sunscreen, so like a tinted sunscreen, which, oh, it's right here. I like to use this Jan Marini sunscreen. It has SPF 45 in it, water resistant, it doesn't break me out. It also has just the tiniest bit of color and it really helps to even out the complexion and make it look nice, but also to create a barrier, which I didn't put on today because it's nighttime and also we're not going outside. That's a thing. So I just put it in my problem areas, under eyes, even though I've been sleeping for 100 hours a night and somehow still it's got dark circles. And also I was on my monthly cycle, Shark Week, whatever you want to call it, and I have some little dark spots from acne that I got, so I'll just cover that up. But overall, she's glowing, she's cute, she's doing fine. And we're gonna grab our tiny beauty blender and spray our le démal. Spray her down and squishy squish. We're gonna So today I am going to focus on making sure my eyelids are looking smooth and don't have any kind of discoloration on them because I'm not putting any eyeshadow on with this look. It is going to be very much of focusing on the rhinestones, which you'll see makes it look a lot more effortless and less like you're going out to a rave or a New Year's Eve party or something. It is a very elegant look that I took inspiration from Violette, who is the global beauty editor for Estee Lauder, but she also does have a channel on YouTube, and she did a very cool kind of sparkly thing. Unfortunately, I don't have as big of eyelids. As you can see, they are very hooded, which makes it really hard to do a lot of cool, especially like 60s, 70s inspired looks. So with that, I do what I can with what I have. We're going to go ahead and set our T-zone with a little powder. Keep the rest of the face, it's pronounced a face, glowing and pretty, and just take down a little bit of the shininess that we have here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Kosas Color and Light Cream. This is an 8th Muse. So these colors are super pretty. It's a like pinky blush and highlight. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. A trick I learned is to grab the product with one finger and apply it, and then you're going to blend it out with the other finger, with a clean finger, so that you're not getting too much product on your face. So we're gonna go ahead and just blend it out. I suggest using a finger just so you can feel the product and feel where it is. And then we're gonna grab some more, put it on the other cheek, and blend it out as well. And my skin does get some just natural redness because it is more sensitive, so sometimes it'll look like I've overdone it, and then after a couple seconds you can see now it looks much more natural because my skin's not as irritated. I think we need some more pizzazz. We're gonna get that on there, a little bit more on here, and we're just going to blend her out, make her cute. And these are pretty forgiving. It doesn't dry down that quickly. So, it's a cute look. We are going to go ahead and grab a bronzer. I'm using this NARS bronzer. I'm just going to grab this and kind of warm up the exterior of the face. And we're going to go back to that Kosas palette and grab the highlighter. It's so pretty. Probably going to look pretty on the dewy side, pretty delicate. Cute. A little bit more. And that's the cool thing about creams, is that they do keep your complexion looking fresh and like you just are this way, instead of powders, which can make your skin look very almost like caked over. Yeah, it's pretty. It's light. It's nothing crazy. I think it'll also look really nice in the inner corners. The thing you have to watch out for with this is that there's oil to it, which depending on the look that you're doing in the eyes can be beneficial or not. Get into the eyes. I will finish the rest of my face in a moment. For this, we're just going to go ahead and grab, pardon the mess, my little Swarovski. And we're going to grab 10 of the smallest ones, so you can see they're so tiny and so pretty. And I'm just going to put it into a little container, which will be right next to also what we'll be using to put it on, which will be just a clear, latex-free eyelash glue. So we're just going to put some of the eyelash glue next to our diamonds. I also have this really cool thing. It's mostly made for nail stuff, but it also works really well for this because we're picking up something small, putting it in glue, and then putting it on the eye. So we're going to grab this, and I'll show you. I have this little setup. Probably looks totally crazy. I hope you can see it. It is basically just the container that this came in with a little bit of glue and the rhinestones on the side. Easy access, super fast. So basically I'm going to take a look at my eyes, and as I've said, I do have hooded eyelids, so it doesn't give me a lot of room to play with when it comes to the eyelids, but that's fine. We can work on the upper area closer to the eyebrow bone. So to start this off, I'm going to see, let's basically like imagine where you would put your eyeliner, right? So about here, so that's the first one that I'll start, and then we'll do that on both sides. And then continue inward, and I'll do probably about 5. It does this really cool kind of imaginary I would say eyeliner, kind of, but like that negative space eyeliner that looks really cool that a lot of people are redoing right now. But this is pretty easy. Only took me about 5 or 10 minutes the first time, so once you get accustomed to it and you get that sticking on, it looks really beautiful and it's super easy. So one of the tricks that I definitely recommend is letting the glue dry down a little bit before you actually try to stick it on, because it's going to be tacky. The other thing is I didn't put primer on today, mainly because of that reason. I find that it sticks better to the skin when there's very little stuff on it. But you do want to kind of protect your eyes, so I did put a little bit of concealer, and I did set it with a little bit of powder, because as we've discussed before, I do have greasy eyelids. Alright, so I just have like the tiniest dot, and I just blow it a little bit, and as I said, find that spot right about where our eyeliner would start, and boom! You can see what one side looks like, pretty, sparkly, drying. So let's go ahead and do the second side. This is actually where things can get a little bit tricky because you do want to try to keep it at similar points, but life isn't perfect. Alright, so we have both sides done. And that didn't take any more than, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. Basically just trying to get it to look slightly even. And then for my hooded-eyed girls, just kind of keeping it above where the crease is so that you can still see it. I think the cool thing about this is that you don't really necessarily have to do a full eye look to make it look nice. And sometimes, for me at least, I feel like it's a waste of time doing a whole eye look and blending and, you know, putting all the colors together and then no one can see it. So I think this is a really cool substitution for that. And then we'll finish the rest of the face as we always do with brush, 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 brush her up, make her excited. I did do my brows, I hope you noticed. We're gonna go ahead and do this little doo-wop, little gel, little Anastasia Beverly Hills clear gel, and we're gonna let it dry for a few minutes. Grab the, and then today I'm gonna use this Givenchy. It's a little sample. It's the Volume Disturbia, real pretty packaging, and it has these crazy bristles to really help to separate and really give that kind of 60s look. Like a this is like a blend between like 60s and 70s with the disco lights, but on your face. You know? We're gonna go ahead and grab this MAC in Subculture and line the lips. And we'll finish it off with the rose water. Oh, it's got a lovely scent. It's really pretty. It's like your lips, but pinker. Cute. Brush down the brows. And, as we must, because we must, a little spritz and sparkle. Amazing. I love that smell. Alright, so for the final look, excuse me, the final look we have, as you can see, a good amount of glitz and glamour and sparkle. It is, I would say honestly, a simple look. It's a very kind of like no makeup look, but make it disco, you know? I think it's super fun. It's got a lot of personality, but it also is surprisingly really quick and somehow elegant and chic. I think you should definitely try it out and tag me in your posts. Thanks. Kisses.